our live Tuesdays, and today I wanted to show you how to do tree pose with the bow yoga staff. So it's winter time. In Eugene we don't get much snow, so luckily we don't have too much ice and snow, but I know that when I lived in Chicago there was icy parking lots and lots of snow shoveling going on, and I'd see a lot of my students would get injured. They'd slip and fall, and they'd come in with hurt hips and wrists and all kinds of stuff like that. I've slipped myself, and I consider myself to have pretty good balance. So wherever you are in your neck of the woods, if it's icy outside, you're going to want to definitely pay close attention to today's video, because it's all about how to improve your balance. So the tree pose is a pretty classic hatha yoga posture that I'm sure you're familiar with, and we'll go through a few different versions of that. And the bow yoga staff is a prop that will help you get better balance, to find the nuance and to open your body up and to support you so that you can practice tree pose more effectively, more safely, and therefore spend more time improving your balance. So hopefully if you've got your own bow staff, go ahead and get it out now, and if you're ready, let's begin. So first of all, the tree pose you can do on both sides of your body, and kind of your classic version, you bring your leg up like this, and then from there you can bring your hands into the middle, or some people put them up like this, or your hips. So there's several different versions. So first of all, figure out, if you've done this before, what your version is that you like to do. There's a kickstand version where you have your foot down like a kickstand, and this helps you balance, and it's a lot easier. You can bring it just to your calf, and this also is a little bit lower, so easier if you start to fall, you can catch yourself. Bringing it up to your inner thigh. And one more version is the half lotus version, where you cross it over. And this one, if this just looks painful, don't attempt it. If you know that you have the flexibility, then I'll show you how you can do tree pose with the half lotus version a little bit easier with the bow staff, because a lot of people have the flexibility to get into the half lotus tree pose but have a really hard time maintaining it. So grab your bow staff and let's get started. So any of our bow staffs will work. You can do the 4 foot, this is a 5 foot, we also have a 6 foot. Any of them will work just fine. So basically what you do is you bring your feet together, and if you're going to pick up your, say my right leg, maybe your left if you're mirroring me here, you want your bow staff on the same side as the leg that you're picking up, because if you're going to fall in tree pose, it's going to be the direction that your knee is pointing, most likely. So the bow staff acts like a support in between the standing leg and the leg that you're lifting. So the leg you're lifting should be between your two supports. Alright? So let's start with your feet together. And if you're going to do your inner leg here, shift your weight to the outer leg and either pick up the toe and place it on the ground here and find your balance. You can raise your arm if you like. Now if you want to go a little further, you can bring it up to your calf. And once you've found your position, you can lighten the grip on your bow staff. You don't have to hang on it, okay? If your knuckles are turning white, try to loosen it up a little bit. Okay? And you may even be able to lift it up off the ground. And then it's there if you need it. You can always come down a couple of times as you're finding your balance. Now if you'd like to go further, you can pick that foot up and place it on your inner thigh. If you have slippery pants, that might be a little trickier. And there's one more thing you can do with the bow staff here, because most people don't realize the tree pose is also a hip opener. And the bow staff you can place inside of your thigh here, and it helps you with balance, but also you can gently open your hip. Now you don't want your whole hip to sway, that's not the point, but you can provide just a little bit of pressure there, keeping this hip exactly the same. And you'll feel a nice inner thigh stretch, and it's a bit isometric. You can just stay there, breathe into it, and wait for it to open. So this is something you can use as well to open your hip. And then from there you can raise your arm. If you're feeling pretty stable, you can lift up the bow staff. Or another version is you can bring both palms up and you can raise above your head. Okay, but if you start to lose your balance, just put it right back down again. Alright, so 30 seconds, you might even work your way up to a minute. And don't worry if you fall, that's really normal. Go ahead and switch sides. So again, find your best position. Kickstand is fine. The one caution is you don't want to push your knee sideways. The knee doesn't really like going sideways. So don't put your foot on your knee because you'll tend to push it sideways and that's not good for your ligaments there. So you can go below the knee or you can go above the knee, but don't go on the knee. Alright, once again, you can either just hold the bow staff there or you can use it to stretch your hip open. And now let's say that you've got the flexibility in your hips to do the half lotus version, but every time you do tree pose, you lose your balance because it's a lot harder here. Well, now you've got the yoga staff here to hold onto, and maybe even use this hand as well. And now you can really find your balance here, and you can lighten it up, you can put it to the side, or you can lift it. So you've got some different options here. Alright, so I hope you play around with that and let me know how it goes. You can write a comment, you can tag a friend. If there's anybody you know who could improve their balance, or anybody who lives in an icy, snowy area, make sure to tag it or share it with them, and it might just help them. So also, come to my website if you'd like to get a video, and I show you a lot of different ways you can use the bow yoga staff, from warrior pose, tree pose like we just did, and about 15 other postures in the new Bow Yoga for Beginners DVD. So you can pick that up. And next week, I'm going to be on my honeymoon in Cancun, so I'm looking forward to a little warmth and sunshine and swimming and all that. So I won't be bringing my bow staff, it won't fit in my carry-on, but I will be doing some meditation or something with you in Mexico. So make sure to tune in next Tuesday, and I look forward to seeing you then. Alright, have a great day. Bye-bye.